Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are on Murovanka in the M55 Tornado. And we're going to go over to the left at like K2, K1-ish. I like to sit over there with my M55 because it gives you some protection. You're below ground so you don't get spotted immediately. And it gives you a little bit of a chance in case somebody comes busting through the line. You can usually see them coming and protect yourself reasonably well. It's not a guarantee, but you can do better over there than you can if you're sitting out in the open. So we've got the guys with us today, and I don't remember everybody, but I know that we've got the guys. Tropic Hornet, I think Deluxe Bullet, the other guys I'm not 100% sure of. But we're going to go over here to the left, and we're going to give them all the support that they could ever ask for. Why? Because 8-inch howitzer. And there's no better gun in the game. I mean, seriously, have you found a gun that's better than a 203mm cannon? Because I haven't. All right, so right off the bat, we've got a Waffenträger Panzer IV Tier 9, and he's been put up so far, and now we finished his day. So he's not going to be happy. He didn't survive very long. But, you know, that's to be expected. When you go make big mistakes like driving and skylining yourself into a place where an early light tank could get you spotted and killed, that's what's going to happen more often than not. Now, we have a T95 moving up. One of, I believe, two in this match. So, shot out on the T95. I moved forward because in the last match, I actually got counter-batteried, which kind of frustrated me a little bit. So, this match, I guaranteed that I would not get counter-batteried. So I'm zooming back in on the T95 again. I want to get him off the board. They finished him instead. Other T95 is up on top of the hill. Can we soften him up? Oh, he takes a shot of 1,000. We put the shot out on him. We do hit him, but it's hard to tell how much. He has next to nothing left. He's probably a one-shot kill for most people. And he's going to get to a spot. I'd love to get him off the board because T95s, you know, everybody knows what they're called. They're called Doom Turtles for a reason. Now here we have a Conqueror and a Lorraine. So shot out on the Conqueror. And we do hit him. I have no idea how much for because immediately I jump out after I shoot and try to go. Now we took half his health, it looks like, unless somebody else tapped him. So we're off to a pretty good start so far. We're hitting pretty much everything that we shoot at, which is kind of nice. Considering a couple of the matches tonight, I've just been missing everything. So now we have the Jagdtiger, Tier 9, super heavy tank destroyer, German, shot out. I back off. We do splash him, it looks like, because we tracked him. So it's most likely a splash hit. I go to look at him, and yeah, it was probably a 450 roll. Now somebody else tags him, so he's down 2/3 of his health. And if I can get one more shot into him, but it looks like they just finished him. So no biggie. Conqueror's still alive, but we have an E-Hundo. The super heavy tank, German, Tier 10, the E-Hundo. E100. I call it E-Hundo because I'm lazy. But anyway, T95 has made himself visible again. So I'm going to zoom in on his last known, and then everybody gets bottled up over here, and I'm like, I got to take some of this. You know, there's a lot of tanks here in this little area. I got to start putting a hurt on these guys. So the E75 gets tracked. I put the shot out. I nail him. I've got a guy sending me a message. I don't know exactly who that is. And E75 now has no health, but that's probably because somebody else smacked him after I did. So I'm going to leave him for dead, and I'm going to try to get a hurting on this E4 to make him rethink what he's doing. Now you can see that little house blocked my shot a little bit. I put the shot out, and we do splash him. So it's hard to tell how much we actually hit him for, but now we've got all these tanks in the middle, including my arch nemesis, the one tank that I cannot stand, the Batchat 25-ton, Tier 10, auto-loading medium tank. Yes, I own one. Yes, I'm bad in it, but I hate that tank. That tank is so nasty in the right hands. Not my hands, but in the right hands, it's a very nasty tank. And you can see he's hiding over here behind the buildings, and it's going to be a very, very lucky shot if I can squeeze it between those buildings. But for a Batchat, I'm willing to take the risk. I hit where I aimed, but he was just too far away from it. I didn't actually splash him. So now I'm down to 11 rounds left, which means I've fired 9 rounds now, and we've got 8 hits. So that is our first miss right there. And it's kind of a snowball effect. You'll see what I mean here in a second. When you miss your first shot in an arty, it just seems like every shot after that doesn't want to connect. So we take the shot at the Batchat again, and he turns right and avoids it. Like he just knew exactly where I aimed, so he had to get out of there. Now that we got an FV215B, a Batchat, and an M103 over in this area. And then we've got the E4 down the left, and the E100. So watch this shot on the E100. We're almost loaded. We're putting it behind him, and shot out. It landed so far away from him that all I did was track him. And he's just sitting there going, well, that was close. That already almost got me. It's kind of frustrating. But you can see him breaking buildings there, but I'm trying to protect Tropic in his tank destroyer. He's in the Tier 9 Waffentrager Panzer IV. Reloaded. And here's the M103. I put the shot out, and he stops dead in his tracks. Like, if he just kept going, he'd be dead right now, and it'd be fine. But no, he had to stop. And the moment he stops, I completely miss. So now I'm starting to get frustrated. You know, I've missed like 4 rounds in a row now, and it's getting to me. Even though I hit so many rounds right off the bat, I am now like just over in it. It's ridiculous. Now this FV is begging for it, so shot out on him. And I splash in front of him, and probably didn't do much to him either. Like, this is the life of artillery. Now, I'm down to nothing but super juicy rounds, which means every round I fire from here on out is 8,000 silver. So I need to make sure I take my time, and we did take a little chunk off of them, probably 450 to 500. And we need to hit these shots. Shot out, and there we go, 828. So that one paid for itself, thank God. I don't know what the exact damage trade-off is, but I know that an 8,000 silver shot is expensive. And he gets finished, so that's good. That leaves the Batchat and I believe the E4 that we were shooting at earlier. Not 100% sure, but I think it was. But there's only 2 tanks left. And yes, it is the E4 we shot at earlier. So we want to put the shot right behind him. Shot out. You've got 5 shells left. Make them count. And we nail him. 343. That shot didn't pay for itself, even though we got the kill. Now the Batchat takes a shot. He prepares himself and does what Batchats do, which is I'm gonna dump every every shell I've got in my tank. Whether you guys get me or not is beyond me. But I'm tracking him. He's taking evasive maneuvers. He wants that kill. He gets the kill. He's being chased by heavy tanks. There's a lot of debris in the way for the heavy tanks to try to get a shot. He's returning fire effectively. Now he's starting to bounce. I don't know what this ST1's doing, but he's making himself look goofy right here. This Batchat just circled around a Jag and 2 heavies and is now running away. Now look what I'm doing. I'm sitting here going, where did he go? Oh, I should probably start tracking him. He's the last tank. So he's going for Tropic, and he's not loaded, I'm sure of it, but I cannot take that risk. So he's going to come around the backside of the hill. He's being extremely predictable now. He's not dodging and weaving. So watch this shot, and shot out. Goodbye. He skids to a stop. Now, I don't know, I don't like to brag too much, but there are very few people that can hit those shots consistently. 6,100 damage, top of the leaderboard. A Jag Pansy 100 did 62, but I got an extra kill and I'm a tier 9, so I get the top of the experience. So 6,100, 3 kills, 900 assisted, not bad. So if you like what I'm doing, punch that like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.